In 2015, KUIU introduced a new bag in their Icon Pro series, the 3200. Today, we're going to look at this bag's utility as an oversized day pack or a 1 to 3 day bivy pack for your next hunt. Now, I have the pack filled with common items I would take on a 1 to 3 day bivy. And I have it loaded out so that you can see if the items that you own might fit well in this size pack for a similar purpose. So let's take a look at what's inside and how these items fit. Now, on the outside of this pack, I have strapped on a inexpensive tripod, and which is common that I would use for filming, or that you might use for a spotting scope. So we can look at the inside of the pack. Now, on this external pocket, I have all of my clothing, my layering. I have rain gear and insulation. So I have a rain jacket, which fits nicely in there, a beanie, gloves, and a down sweater. That all fits nicely in this external pocket here, which goes nearly up into the lid here. And one of the things you might think about with this pocket is either a spotting scope, which would fit just nicely in there, but the tripod that I have strapped to the outside is 21 inches long, and that is just a little bit too long to fit in this pocket. So you can push this up in here, but you can see I still can't put it in the bottom part of the pocket. So I really, by necessity, have to strap it to the outside, which is fine. I probably would want to stick a tripod on the outside anyway, so I could put my spotting scope on the inside if I were to use it for that purpose. So let's take a look at what I have in the lid. The lid pocket is a good size for a lot of your miscellaneous items that you want easy access to. Right now I just have a headlamp in there, as well as my bag with all my batteries for my cameras and extra batteries for headlamps and so on. I have plenty of space in there for extra items like snacks, or I can actually put my video camera, my smaller video camera, in this pocket as well, though it's not quite big enough for my DSLR to fit in there. The main pocket has a horseshoe zip, which gives you really great access to the entire contents of the bag. Right now I just have a vest in there just to fill up some space in the bag. I actually have lots of extra space here given the contents that are currently in the bag, and so I could put more food in here or more items if I wanted to. I have a water filtration kit. I just threw some extra random bags of food in here, left over from other trips, just to fill up space, to give you an idea of the types of things you can put in here and the space that it has. Other items I have here is a rain cover for the pack, my cook kit, my sleeping pad, my PSK with all my emergency items and so on. Then my sleep system is down on the bottom. I have a SOL bivy, a tarp, and a ground cloth. And then in the bottom I have my sleeping bag. And this is a sleeping bag that I would carry in early season. So it's quite small. It's only a 40-degree down bag. But you could see with the space that I had in the top yet, I could probably put a 30-degree bag in there just fine with the space that I had for when you're pushing into early to mid-season hunts. So now that I have the bag unloaded, what I'm going to do now is reload it with gear that I would use for mid to late season. So I'm going to use a heavier bag, and I'm going to try to fit a tent in here with all my gear, and to see if I could press this bag into late season use. Is it big enough? So I'm going to start by putting my tent. Now this is not an ultralight tent, but it is a backpacking tent. This is a Mountain Smith Morrison, which is a common tent. So I'm going to use this as my example. I'm going to place this in the bag first. I'm going to pack my 15-degree Marmot Sawtooth sleeping bag around it and see if I can still have enough space to do everything I want to do. Now in the back, there are these compression straps to stabilize anything that you have in here. So I'm going to use those to help stabilize the tent to keep it in place. That'll keep it nice and high as I pack my sleeping bag around it. So that's about the space I have with the sleeping bag inside the bag as well as the tent. Now I'm going to repack the rest of my shelter items. So I'm not going to have my SOL bivy any longer, but I will have my sleeping pad. So I'm going to put this in right here. I'm going to keep working up these zippers to help with to contain everything that I place in. So I'm not going to need my shelter any longer. Here's my cook kit, my PSK, I'm going to put my pack cover up here, my rain cover, and now all that I have left to put in is my food items, which I'm going to stack in around the sides here. Here's my water filtration kit. So I still have some space up here that I could efficiently pack some items. And I have everything. Here's one more food bag I'll kind of put in here. So in the main compartment, I have everything I need for a 1 to 3 day bivy. Now, I'm pretty compressed in here and my space is limited, so that would also dictate what additional gear that I could take on mid to late season hunt. And one of those things would be important to me is my DSLR camera. So I'd probably have to make sure that everything was in a very efficient manner packed in there so I can create the space necessary for my DSLR to fit on top. However, this top pocket is still available. I can put my batteries and my headlamp, my map would go in here, and other items like that. And of course, this front pocket will still contain the same items that I would take. In fact, that down sweater and the rain gear is the same thing I would use in mid to late season hunt. Other items that you would want to add to this pack that I don't have here today are the water bladder I would carry inside and my rifle, which would go in the other pocket over here. And on the front of the pack, you can add accessories. Here's a small accessory pocket, which I put my cell phone in, some snacks for the day, a compass, things like that. And then on the other side, you could either put another pocket over here. Today I have my knife that I just have hanging on there, which is nice on these hip belts. They leave this strap available so you can hang things like you could put a holster on there or a knife in this case. So I hope this was helpful to you. It's always helpful for me to see a visual of what actually I could put in a pack to know whether or not the volume of the pack would work for me in my setting. So I hope you can apply some of these things to the actual gear you have and what you want to use this pack for.